Hello, YouTubers. Welcome back. CGB here. Let's get the token deck out for a spin. See if we can have a more exciting day than yesterday. See what we get. See if we can maybe go off a little more. Do some anointed processioning. Feeling a little better today. Feeling a little spunkier. We'll see if that gets torn right out of me or not. One of the changes I made recording yesterday is I recorded after streaming instead of before streaming, and quite honestly, I have a tendency to just wear myself out when I stream. This is tough because of the lack of green and the mana shortage. I think it's the right move to send it away, but it hurts. It hurts a little bit. Because the biggest thing is that Anointed Procession, when you don't draw it, it's a very different deck. And you have to rely on going off with Tamiyo's Journal, which isn't always the most reliable thing. Takes some time, takes longer. I'm actually going to try saving, let's see, green mana. What the hell. Trying to decide which position to take in that, or if just not to play anything, play the bishop, and if it lives you get 2 clues the next turn, but nah, I think we'll just go traditional sometimes. Sometimes the common sense way is the right way. Anyway, here comes a snake. Hi, snake. That's not good. This deck, let's see. We'll see how this matchup goes, but I don't think I'm too afraid of my matchup with snakes. The idea that we can gum up the board and block the big snakes when they get big enough is where we want to be. But we'll see if we draw the cards necessary for such a job. I need this bishop to live. I'm hoping he wants to make a big snake this turn rather than kill this. Otherwise my hand is incredibly mediocre. Bandar. And that's it. Okay, not dead yet. Let's get about making some clues. The real question here is, do I want the Visionary as well? I don't think I actually do. I think I just want to get the priests down and online. So that when we do draw Ulvenwald Mysteries off the top like a champ, we can start gaining all that life right away. Also, when Captain here goes off. But what we're missing on this is engine piece. We need the journal, we need the mysteries, or we need the procession. And in the meantime, our opponent's making Big Snake. Ta-da, Big Snake. We make it a 4-5. Let's see how much better we can do. There's some energy with bonuses from the snake. So the snake synergy is happening. Will the token synergy be able to match it? Trumpeter. The snake synergy is definitely happening. So at the beginning of end step, if a counter was placed on permanent, put a counter on the trumpeter. So yeah, this is going to become a 4-4 on end step. And we're not going to block yet. We got to get some fodder out there, which the captain can do. If it lives, it looks like it's going to live. Which, this is just 2 ships passing in the night at this point. I'm trying to do my thing. They're trying to do theirs. That is a draw. Is it what we want to do? Hard to turn it down. The snake is kind of the source of all the power in the realm. Let's send the bishop. I'm just going to wait till end step. Do it on my end step. There's a chance there's a blossoming defense over there. I probably can't get him to play it or do anything, but I don't want to let him untap. He might have even more stuff. So we'll put that down. We'll get these triggers. Doesn't look like he's going to make a move. So here we go. Give me that. Give me that snake. Before he gets a chance at the beginning of his turn to move a counter over here. Because if he was smart, he would move it over here. He wouldn't move more to the snake, because the snake's the lightning rod. And you should assume your opponent is smart. You shouldn't play them like they're absolutely, like they're going to miss things. At least not here. Usually there's signals like that if I'm on Xbox and I'm playing a 1-ranker, but over here the signals are different. Alright. we got nevered. Here comes the 5/5. Not trampling or anything. Perfectly fine doing some Chumperino. And now both of our engines have been slightly disrupted. Let's see who can bounce back. He's still making a giant trumpeter. Like, it's an elephant? It's a very small elephant when it shows up. I don't know how it gets to be so big. We still got bishop, which means we still got clues. And blocks for days. Okay. Don't have the land though, so I don't think that's the play this turn. Let's send the team. Alright, takes that one on the chin. We have more, I guess maybe we draw a Sacred Cat. Let's see what happens. And I'd rather have the 1/1 on the field than the cracked clue. Clues are better once you have mysteries and journal. Okay. Never gonna complain too much about that cast out. And now the Bandar, is it finally gonna bite the dust? Yep, Bandar lived out its 3 lives like a good kitty monkey. Made the lives of others better, and that's what cats are really all about, you guys. If you're a cat person, cat just makes you happier until it has to go away. Chumpy chumps. What else you got? Flesh to... Whoa. Alright, I guess sometimes when you absolutely need something dead, there is always flesh to dust. Is this a deck box challenge? Nope. Huh. Alright. See something new every day. Well, there's the procession. I don't have a lot of payoff yet, but you know we're going to draw it. But should I take a turn to cast this out first? That's... Well, then I can definitely block, and then procession can bring this back in doubles. Yeah, we just need to get you resolved. Even if we don't have an immediate payoff. And I'm just going to leave everything back. Right? Let's see. Like, we just can't have that hitting us. It's not like we die. And he might have a way to give it trample. Yeah, I'm just going to play it safe and leave this back. I don't think a point or 2 of damage is worth it. The way that we lose this game is if we make some mistake and just let him do something absurd with this card, like a larger than life. Oh, we'll throw off the Visionary. I know we could double these up, but that's not how I want to spend my next 4 mana. I want to put that off. And there's the other Trumpeter. So, Team Trumpets going off. And there's a Seed Sculptor, so getting the trigger without the snake. And it's going to continue making big elephants. And we've got to continue making small creatures to combat them. Or do we? Alright, I guess we'll take a cast out turn. Should I play around the defense? Yeah, I'm just going to play around Blossoming Defense. Slight misstep. Could have left a white mana open instead of a green to potentially cycle this cast out if I get into a situation that cast out can't fix. May have to dig. So, small misstep that probably isn't going to matter. Alright, he might have a combat trick. Let's find out. Nope. I wasn't going to put... I didn't want to put both priests at risk because it would take a long time to get them both back if my opponent had something like, I think it's Lifecrafter's Gift that pumps everything with a +1/+1 counter. I didn't want to have an empty board with an Anointed Procession. That's sadness. Are you kidding right now? This whole draw has been bizarre. But now making 3 cast outs, 2 Anointed Processions. But now making these in dubs becomes very appetizing, so they are ready to do some chump blockery. You'd think my mana curve was horrible by the way I have to spend 4 mana a turn on everything, but there you go. Alright. If he wants to use one of those pump spells now, let's get it played. Nope. I don't think he's got it. There's the return. He's going to exile the priest. That's sad, but that's the way it goes. And we were going to have to block there anyway. Our life total's getting too low. I was hoping he'd just miss that. Alright. I think we'll just leave this up. Wait for some shenanigans. As it just feels like I'm moving in slow-mo, but that's because we're spending 4 mana a turn for minimal board effect, just treading water. It'll get better. If he has to attack in here, though, he's got to know how this ends. Just going to hold the cast out till the end step. I'm not going to... Oh. Okay, weird little incident there. A little bit of lag on the server. Down to 10, and he's ending the turn. Alright, he didn't put counter on anything. I'm not going to fire this off. I'm just going to draw some cards. Now that I'm getting the cats back, I have to believe this game is going to turn quickly. The outburst, huh? Woohoo. The glorious one of... And another priest. Yeah. I think that's got to be the way to go. So, get in there, priesty. Come on. Come on. The lag is back. The lag is real. Bear with me, everybody. Take that. And this. And now we will flash back our Sacred Cat and get 4 tokens because of the Embalm mechanic. All of them with lifelink. And that's a very nice turn. Our opponent's follow-up, Hazardous Conditions. -2/-2 to all creatures without a +1/+1 counter upon them, I believe. Yep. And here is the Longtusk Cub. Gonna become an energy beatdown deck. May I have my draw step? Oh, I see. I was in the graveyard. had myself a senior moment, guys. Hang in there, okay? Alright. It's time for Tracker to come down. I don't think this Cub is going to be too big of an issue while he's on 1 energy and no hand. Well, this will make 4 clues, thanks to Anointed Procession. And this will make 4 priests and gain, I believe, for 16 life. Our opponent does not have auto-resolution on. Special note to all you out there playing this deck or playing against this deck. If you turn on auto-resolution, you will not have to watch this life gain. It will just go but both players must have auto-resolution on in settings. Alright, so we said before that we should leave when the AI takes over, but this deck in particular, you just kind of need to see it in action. The whole payoff is at the end, and it's, as I noticed when I streamed it, frequently people would leave well before the payoff really kicked in. So we're going to play out some of these games as I see fit. We're going to make judgment calls, but in this case I want you to at least see it going. It doing its thing, especially if we draw a Journal or a Mysteries from here. Well, he draws a Bristling Hydra. Can't ask for a lot more, but it's going to be hard to overcome all that. Let's make some clues. 10 of them. Let's draw some cards. See what we can get. Come on, Journal. Now's the time for you. Okay, Kitty's fine. Everybody loves a good cat. Unless you're allergic. And that's sad. It's like one of the saddest things out there. Alright. Kitty. Mysteries. Oh yes. It's gonna get real as soon as something dies. Or as soon as I start cracking clues again. What am I talking about? It's already real. So each time a creature dies, we'll get 4 clues. Each time we sacrifice a clue, we get 4 1/1 creatures. It's going, and we gain 4 life. So things are about to go off the rails. And let's make it happen. And now that the opponent's gone, you see the resolution going off. Ooh, are you kidding me? Oh man, that's intense. Let's see what else. Look at it go, look at it go. The numbers are skyrocketing. I think I really do need to play out one more. Let's see, if I +1 everything here, he blocks here, he blocks here, he takes 8. So I need one more turn anyway. I may as well go for it, right everybody? We got this far. We got to see the deck really at work, as we did not really get a chance to experience yesterday. We got to have our fun. 90 life. Ta-da! Not one land in that whole, those 4 cards on top. There you go. Alright, AI. What's your answer? Another hazardous conditions, perhaps? Just to make me do it again? I'd still love to see a journal just to show you the journal going off when you sacrifice these clues to like super pump the tracker and make a bajillion dorks. Let's see if I can find it. Do some beat. It's not bad manners when it's the AI. The AI is meant to take this beating. That's why it exists. All right. Ah, we got there. All right. Get on the board. 1, 2, 3. Go fetch anything we want to. Make a bajillion. Make a whole bunch of clues. Make a really big tireless tracker. Make a whole bunch of tokens. Living the life. What can we do for 2 mana? Probably not much. Yeah, just get more mysteries. But anyway, that's fun. I'll send in the clowns now. Finish him. But yeah, that's what the deck likes to do. And against a mid-rangey slash, an aggressive slanted mid-rangey deck without a ton of interaction like Snake, it's perfect time to do it. Let's see what we get for our second matchup. Liliana Vess, hanging out in what looks like underground vampire city, or maybe that's how I would imagine Barad-dûr to look. Cirith Ungol, perhaps. BIG/Butcher, he's got a clan. He's in clan. I wonder if it's Counter-Strike or he's got some magic group he plays with. Yeah, there's clue-making potential here. As usual, not a lot of removal, not a lot of interaction, just trying to do our thing. And Anointer Priest doesn't do as much in this game, in this deck, as in other decks built around tokens, because it really needs other things to get going, like mysteries and Annoyed Procession. But then once those things are happening, you really want your Priest so you don't die. It's a weird little dance with Priest, because you might cast on turn 2, but might do nothing till turn 6. Blue-red. Control. Control is interesting. We have the Embalm cards. Those can be a real pain. But we don't have any instant speed interaction. We just jam our stuff. So when we just throw down an Anointed Procession, it's like counter or no. Ovenwald Mysteries, like if that resolves, especially against a Grixis type control deck, that's good. That drives them crazy. But resolving is a big key. Cathartic Reunion. Maybe it's a zombie deck. Oh, it is a zombie deck. I don't know much about this matchup. Let me think. I mean, that it really wants to play a control game. It's got some amount of spot removal. Like, when I say control game, it just kind of chump blocks you a lot until it achieves like this critical mass of Graveyard and Madness synergy, and then it just overpowers you. I don't know. This is going to be a neat matchup. Not one I really know what to expect from. I feel like if I throw out this bishop, it's just going to die. But if I throw out like Visionary and Cat, I have less for the bishop. But I think that's the way to go. I think we can use the bishop later. Let's get these out there. I really want to increase my odds of hitting my next land drop and being able to either play Tracker or Gideon. A third priest. Getting redundant. We can usually expect some kind of sweeper effect out of this style of deck. Not always, but sometimes. Some versions don't run the sweepers, but some do. It's such a bizarre mix. We can definitely expect Fiery Temper. Okay, they have the Drakehaven. That is, that's scary. That is scary. Not something you run into every game when you play against this deck. Wow, look at my hand go. Well, since I'm missing the land drops now anyway, I think I gotta take a stab with this bishop. See if my opponent has the Haunted Dead, Fiery Temper, Make Two Drakes type of lined up hand. Two Haunted Dead. Two Haunted Dead. This at least forces him to do it on his turn instead of at instant speed if he wants to deny me clues. Although if you see me miss a land drop, this is my general rule about clues, Tireless Tracker and Bygone Bishop. Like, if I have to decide whether to build my board or kill the clue creators, I will usually build my board if I see them miss a land drop. Because what are they going to do with those clues? They're probably not going to be able to activate them for a long time if I'm building my board and they don't have lands. Anyway, here they go. Opponent doing things. Look at him living the life. That's how you do it. Yeah, I never get too mad about these decks. They're pretty fair decks. Either they draw the really good cards that we have rarity restrictions keeping us from happening, or they don't. Looks like our opponent off to a pretty good start, unfortunately for us. See if he wants to block. This is the classic bluff attack, but depends. I mean, if I were him, I'd block because I would find that Drake very expendable. I do not really care if it lives. He has ways to make a bunch more where that came from, but he's going to take the damage. Alright. I feel I have to spend my 1 green mana a turn since I'm kind of limited on how many green spells I can cast, so I'm going to play the Blister Pod instead of flashing back the cat. It also gives me a way that if this dies, I have a mana source of some kind. Draw not panning out, though. Pretty sure we kept a 3-lander. And just hitting a wall here. And he drew all 3 Haunted Dead and the Drakehaven. And I don't have much interaction for those Drakes other than to try to pressure my opponent and make him block instead of attack. So if I do get to slam this Gideon, it's almost certainly going to be emblemed. Mm-hmm. 2 damage. Really looking to draw land on this turn. I think that's pretty obvious. Yet, here I am. I have to say words to progress the video forward. It runs strictly on my vocals. Well, that's nice. That's nice. I kind of want the Blister Pod to die, so I will tap you. And if he... Yeah, I still need to get rid of the Drakes off the battlefield. They're just going to kill me if I don't, so we got to be ham. Nope, he's not having it. He's going to go for the win via airmail. Man, I could win... I guess I need to prioritize getting a cat on the battlefield to win the race. So we just had 2 more lands, so we'll get back his Haunted Dead. It's not that great. The 2 lands part means his hand was less scary than it appeared. Also hasn't ditched a prized amalgam. Yeah, he's going to go hard. Alright, it's going to be like that. Alrighty, let's play Priest number 3. Pause. So what's the kill spell? Is there still an Axe Temper up your sleeve? Lets it resolve. Alright, Kitty. Doing this before attacks in case he had some plan to block or kill my critters in combat. Like using the Fumarole as an example. Alright, get it. But some lifelink and some life gain to twist the race. It's gotta be the play. Alright, so he can block with his Fumarole and still bring back Haunted Dead if he has blanks in his hand. He has an Elder Deep Fiend? Okay. Wow. Alright. I wonder what I would have done with that. So he wants 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He just has to not kill this Blister Pod. Alright. So it looks like he's going to take it. I didn't think about the Deep Fiend. I know it's usually a player in these decks, but they're very unpredictable decks. Some run Deep Fiend, some don't. I probably should have thought about it. It's been a long time since I played or played against this. So I think I'm going to give myself a mental judgment slap in the face. But if we play another game, or if we were playing like a sideboarded type situation, I would definitely be better equipped for the next game than I was for this game. And of course, maybe I'll draw some land. But I'll take my beating like a man this time. I can't ever get too mad. I really find those decks interesting and fun to play. Lots of decisions. Good stuff. Plus, if I'm just sitting back, he'd tap my creatures. Even if I had a few to block, I'd be in a terrible position because he still has a bunch of flyers that would kill me in another turn. So I don't think there's a way out of that. Even if I was expecting Deep Fiend, I think the play would still be to attack. Not a lot of way around the Deep Fiend. The Octopus will get you. Alright, let's not get stuck on 3 lands this time. Let's hit our land drops. Let's do like we did in the only game where this deck went off, which is always the struggle of this deck. When it goes off, life is great. But you do end up playing a lot of games where you can convince yourself very easily that the deck is an absolute pile of trash. But remember, we're trying to have a little fun this week. I burned all my magic brain cells on Monday. Speaking of Monday, I wonder if there's going to be a stream today from the developer types. I'll have to check that out. I never know when those are going to happen anymore. If it is happening, it's in about an hour. They've been doing them at 4 o'clock on Wednesdays. So I don't know when you're watching this in the world, but that's where I am in my current timetable. Alrighty, maybe we're looking at Grixis control. If I get this Mysteries down against a Grixis control, we're going to have some fun. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to instant rage quit. Pause. Yeah, we're going to use the push now. So that's a situation where I could have attacked first to get the 2 damage in. Maybe that would be right. It depends how the opponent would react. See, I was thinking with a Hanweir Militia Captain, it was more likely to get pushed because they have to kill it sometime anyway. Oh, he has white. Well, that changes the equation. If he can get rid of the mysteries, he's in a much better position than a Grixis deck. And our hand is pretty junky. So we really need this Mysteries to do the work. And we need to draw... So we need this to live, and we need to draw lots of creatures so that he feels like he has to remove these. If he just slams a Planeswalker or something, it's just very weak positioning all around. Alright, get him. Okay. Did he not think before about what would happen if I attacked with my 2 creatures? I don't know. I can't explain these things. The accidental pause, though, is easy to do. When it's so easy to miss a pause trigger, you just kind of want to hammer down on the button. So what we're really fearing here is end of turn, cast out your Mysteries, my turn, sweep the board. That would be annoying. We'd rebuild, you know, we'd flash this back, we'd get a Scion, but... Okay, he's just going to try to Glyph Keep me. He's just going to go straight ham, beat you down. I hate it, but that's the right line for sure from his perspective. And that is not going to do the job. Alright. Get busy. Ooh, blocks? I thought you'd just take it. This is kind of a way in. Yeah, let's draw. Could save it till end step, but I might hit a playable. I just want to apply a ton of pressure. It's not like he's going to sweep away his Glyph Keeper anytime soon. Okay, perfect. And if he does sweep this, I get all the clues. So if he had a way to kill this, I think he would have played it. Unless he just doesn't have any respect for it. Which, some people, maybe they don't see Mysteries enough. Maybe they don't have respect for it. I've certainly played those types of games. On both sides. There were games where I thought I could beat the Mysteries, so I didn't worry about getting it off the field, and there were games where my opponent I know was playing things like cast out and stuff and targeting other things and not the Mysteries. Well, he's gonna go Flames. Alright. You can Flames for 2, that's right, but it's fine. I get, you know, my priest lives and I get all the tokens, and I can keep gaining life and making dorks. Now here's the question, and no, I'm not going to sacrifice these right now. I'm going to play the Journal. The collective effort there would be interesting, but let's wait. Let's make an army first. So what do I want? I want Anointed Procession, I think. But let's see what our opponent does. Let's make them make the move. That was a really good sequence. Now let's see if we can capitalize. What all is going on in here? I guess we can assume a whole bunch of control-y, roly things. Maybe it's time for Torrential Gearhulk. I guess all that's down there is Fatal Push. It's not the greatest. Alright. Yep, no auto-resolution here. And that's 5 creatures. I wonder if I just get Westvale Abbey. That seems like he has white for a reason. He must have some kind of an exile effect. Although it doesn't seem like he has it right now. Gideon. It's actually a pretty tough call, right? I think I just get... I'm gonna go for the Procession. Let's go... Oops, no, not you. Procession. High risk, high reward. He doesn't seem like he's holding counter magic. Just not behaving that way. So when do we want to play this? We want to play it before we make clues. If we attack and he kills this priest, we make clues. I guess we just go for it. Like I said, Windmill Slam. Just can't really play around counter magic with this deck. Just have to lean way in. Alright. Great. I hit my land drop, so there's nothing about that to worry about. That's a 4-drop, so we'll be cracking this for 2 dorks, but we don't have to do it right now. We can wait. Less info for the opponent. You can also hold it for a tutor. Okay. What's that gonna do? I mean, you got your... These two are like the bosses, you know? What are you gonna target? He's gonna go up. Oof. I wonder what the human player would have done. Would have been a tough choice. I think I would have targeted the procession. I think it's the biggest evil. But it's hard. I mean, Mysteries keeps it going, but Procession with Journal is doubling clues, so yeah, I think Procession would have to die. And the Glyph Keeper is not done. He wants in there. Glyph Bay, as BBB once mentioned. Shout out NGA Forums personalities from yesteryear that seem to have disappeared. And hopefully will resurface come Arena. The very, very exciting Arena times approaching. Yep, you got that. He's going to make a zombie. I will make an army. Gain some more life. Let's see. Okay, so I have a mana source. I can now do a thing where I cast this out and then Collective Effort it if I want. And that seems kind of good. Is it worth it? I mean, I'm just out life gaining him right now. I should probably focus on just continuing to go off. And right now I can double my Anointed Procession, so let me show you what I mean. If I just keep going off, he can have his Planeswalkers and all the value he wants. So that's double clue. Pitch those, more tokens. I wonder why the AI is auto-resolving. Oh well. Is what it is. You are what you are in this world. Alright. Let's go get... Yep, we'll just keep going hard. Our opponent at 10. Can I just kill him, though? Block here. Oh, yeah, he's dead. Never mind. Things I should remember to check when I'm having too much fun dirtling. Alright, that's the third game for today, so we're going to call it. You got to see a little bit more of the deck doing its thing. You also got to see the deck taking merciless beats. You have to be able to accept and live with the ups and downs. But if the ups are really high, the amount of crazy things this deck can do are spectacular. Alright, thanks for coming. I'll see you again later.